Welcome back. We are still on the topic graph of quadratic functions. In the previous video, we learned about interpretation of the graph of a quadratic function. In this video, we are going to learn how to use the graph of a quadratic function to find the value of y when x is given or the value of x when y is given. Finding the value of x when y is given or y when x is given. Sometimes, after drawing the graph of a quadratic function, you may be asked a question like this. Use your graph to find the value of y when x is equal to -2. Or, use your graph to find the value of x when y is equal to 3. So you can see that in the first case, we are being given the x value as -2. Then we are supposed to use our graph to find the value of y. In the second case, we have been given the y value as 3, and we are supposed to use the graph to find the value of x. How do we go about questions like this? Let's learn how to do it. Let's begin by learning how to find y when x is given. So let's assume that this is the graph of the quadratic function, and we have been given a certain value of x. How do we use the graph to find the value of y? When you are given a value of x and you want to find the value of y, what you do is that you locate the x value on the x-axis. So that x value that you have been given, you will locate it on the x-axis. Let's say that this is the x value. So in our example here, we are being told to find y when x is equal to -2. So what you do is that you locate -2 on the x-axis. So you locate the x value on the x-axis. After you have located it, you draw a vertical line from the point to meet the curve as we have here. We usually use short dashes so that you can differentiate it from other lines that are drawn on the graph. So you draw a vertical line from the point to meet the curve. Then from the point where the vertical line meets the curve, you draw a horizontal line to meet the y-axis. Then you read the y value there to get the value of y when x is given. So when x is given and you are being told to find y, the first thing you need to do is to locate the value of x on the x-axis. You draw a vertical line from that point to meet the curve. Then from the point where the vertical line meets the curve, you draw a horizontal line to meet the y-axis. Then you read the value of y there to get your answer. So this is how to go about it when x is given. What about when we are given y and we are being told to find x, as we have in the second example here? We are being given y as 3 and we are being told to find x. How do you go about it? Let's learn how to do that. When y is given, once again, let's assume that this is the graph of the quadratic function. We are going to find x when y is given. When y is given and you want to find x, what you do is that you locate y on the y-axis. So here we located x on the x-axis. So you do the same thing here. You locate y on the y-axis. Let's assume that this is y. So after you have located y on the y-axis, you draw a horizontal line through y, and that line will touch the curve. Usually, it will meet the curve at 2 points. So here, the horizontal line meets the curve here, and it also meets the curve here. To get the value of x, what you do is that you draw a vertical line from the first point to meet the x-axis. Then you draw another vertical line from the second point to meet the x-axis. To get the values of x, you read the first x value here, then you read the second x value here. So from this graph, the values of x will be x1 and x2. So we have now learned how to find the value of y when x is given. You locate the value of x on the x-axis, you draw a vertical line to meet the curve, then from the point where it meets the curve, you trace it to the y-axis to get the y value. When you are given y, you locate y on the y-axis, then you draw a horizontal line through it to meet the curve. Here it met the curve at this point and this point. You trace the first point to the x-axis to get the first x value, then you trace the second point to the x-axis to get the second x value. You can see that in both cases, I used a curve that has a U-shape. The procedure is the same when the curve has an N shape, so nothing changes. You follow the same procedure to get the value of x when y is given, and also the value of y when x is given. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to this channel for more videos. In the next video, we are going to apply what you have studied in this video to solve some questions. Bye bye.